What's going on, guys? It is episode 5 of the Final Reckoning, the challenge here on AfterBuzz TV. We got a full panel for you tonight. We're breaking down tonight's challenge, which we actually saw once this season. The legend is in Redemption House this season. And we have a bunch of random guests here for you tonight. So stay with us in just a second.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Are we back now?
We're back.
My first time being back for this new intro. We have Maria's lovely voice, so I'm wondering when I'm coming in, what's my cue?
You're doing great.
Welcome back, Jenna.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. Like we said, episode 5, Breaking Brad. One of the awful puns of tonight's episode, and we also have a pun artist herself who will be joining us in just a second. We'll get to that. My name is Jenna Bussiere, and we got our full panel. To my left is Dan. What's up?
Yeah, Danny Drama here. I love the drama almost as much as I love my mama. That's
How did
right.
I know that was coming?
Wow.
Bad puns, bad rhymes
right?
all around. Let's keep it going. What's up, Pam?
That was terrible. Hi. Hey, super glad to be here. Thank you all for joining us in the chat. You are not going to want to miss this. We have some very exciting guests.
Yo, I don't have any cool puns, but my name is David Christopher. How's it going, guys? Welcome back, Jenna.
Yay,
I'm so happy to have you back.
I've been in Nueva Jersey, and our other guest tonight is also from New Jersey. So let's throw it over. Let's go live with our chicas up there. This was random. We had Natalie planned, and now Cara has jumped in. So what's up, guys?
What up?
Hello. So where are you guys hanging out tonight?
Polly's apartment.
Nice. What's up? Full party going on there tonight. Thank you all for joining us.
Polly got us ice cream.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I love you.
What kind of
Nice.
ice cream?
I got
nice.
Hagnut strawberry, my favorite, and then Cara got pistachio.
I feel like you're doing one of those Instagram promos right now.
Right.
Like, if you want my protein powder, go on this website. It's this line.
This isn't a paid. This is actually our favorite ice cream.
But anyway, this is so fun, guys. This is such a pleasant surprise for us. We booked Natalie for tonight, and here she is. She has Cara and Polly with her tonight. So then let's dive into it, shall we? So I see the shirts. Team Polly.
Team Polly.
Team Polly, and Polly's in there so he can defend himself. He's stirred the pot a little bit, right? It's already episode 3, his first season ever on the challenge. So let's get into his decision last week to throw in the team girlfriends. Natalie, did you have a hand in that at all, or was that 100% Polly's idea? What's up, Polly?
No.
Wait, when we chose to go against Cam and Kayleigh?
Yeah, the decision to then...
No. That was all Polly. I already knew that I really wanted to. I was Jose and Davon, my two good friends. Jose's one of my best friends. I was like, no matter what, we're choosing them. But Polly really, his speech was his own original art. So
I actually like this. I think that this was a power move. I know some people called it like a cheap shot. Oh, he's throwing in the girlfriends. He's too scared to go against the guys themselves. I'm like, no, the reason he got put into the Redemption House is because of his relationship with Cara. So why not do kind of the same thing and go back against the girlfriends?
So gameplay-wise from us, Big Brother is going to have our back 100%. No one else is going to.
Right.
So obviously we're going to, in order to have any fighting chance in the house, we need to keep our 100% alliances in the game with us.
Right. And do you feel like you, Natalie, have learned, it seems like you have come a long way in terms of strategy and gameplay from your first season on the challenge. Do you think that that's because of last season? Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I mean, on Big Brother, I was very honest, straight shooter. I was very loyal to my people. Vendettas, I broke a lot of promises, but I had my own reasonings that didn't show on the show. But I can give you a list of those. And then this season, I've been trying to be more, I've learned from every show I've done. I've played a super clean game. I've played a super dirty game. Now I'm trying to find my even balance. And
I like to play dirty.
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah,
So I'm
he
finding
does.
that balance, and Polly also taught me a lot to own. Listen, it's a game. Am I gonna go backstab my friends in real life? Never.
Right.
But in a game, if I need to backstab, I am. But Polly's like, you need to own it. Just own it. It's a game. Have fun. So that's what I've been doing.
And
Yeah.
Polly seems to have no problem owning his anger, right? Walk me through. So what was your emotions like in that last episode that we saw? You're going after Zach, you're going after Kyle. You have so much money on the line. Would you actually fight them if it came down to it? It looks like you can tell a lot about body language when people step up to fight. It looked like you were into it.
Yeah, when I get angry, I kind of black out. So, yeah, I was seeing red, and I was not stopping. It was actually Derek Henry who grabbed me at first, and he's like one of my friends before the show. So he was sitting there trying to be the voice of reason in my ear. But, yeah, if they didn't jump to the top stage all the way in the back and actually step down like they said they were going to, they were probably going to get hit in the face.
Okay, so Natalie and Cara, would Pauly win in a fight versus Zach?
I need to see it.
I'm gonna vote for Pauly. I'm gonna put my money
Actually,
on
Mike,
Pauly.
who's the biggest guy you ever saw me take down? Which linebacker on the Rutgers football team was it?
125-pound kid.
Yeah, it was like 125-pound kid.
I want to.
Nice.
There you go, Rudy.
Pauly, is there any talk of you doing a real fight outside the show for money against Brad? That would be. We all want to see that.
Oh yeah, we saw that in the works.
I mean, if I'm gonna fight, I'll fight all three of them.
At the same time, Pauly, because I'm not liking the chances,
No,
man.
one at a time.
Oh, one at a time.
Okay.
So this is Pauly and Natalie. Pauly, you obviously start this rumor or you lie about Britni having an affair with Chuck and cheating on Brad. Did you feel bad? And Natalie, did you feel bad? Were you just going to let him do his thing? Were you trying to stop him from saying that, or you knew he was going to say it?
Did I know that at that point?
You didn't know that.
I don't know if I knew that one at that point. I just let Pauly. There's no. I don't know. I don't remember.
So honestly, I know exactly what my thought process behind everything was prior to it. Obviously, I had found out some information. I wanted to use it as a positive, had planning on winning, of course, to go in and just kind of use it as a method of gaining Brad's trust, kind of be like, hey, man, next time your partner, who's only done one season previous to this, wants to overrule you and your veteran status, keep me in mind, because it wasn't a personal shot at you that I sent her home, and it would have just kind of been like, hey, I don't really know what went on. That's something that you guys might need to talk about, but, you know, I did you a favor by kind of keeping your head in the game. You know, I didn't want to have it be like, yeah, she fucked someone else.
Right.
I would much rather have the
Yeah,
conversation.
that went off the
I
deep
feel
end real
like
quick.
I've been distracted, so
Yeah.
that's why I sent her home, and I would hope that without that distraction, you and I'd be able to work together.
And I'm friends with Britni. I love her. I actually,
Yeah.
she's one person I'm really
And
close
she's
with
a
from the
sweetheart,
show.
so I
She's a
felt bad
sweetheart.
how she got it too.
Yeah.
Did not
Yeah.
look like you felt bad at all when it went down.
Hey,
But
Pauly, I commend you though, man.
It is a game, so, and Britni was gone, so it wasn't something that was I didn't know how it was gonna play out. I didn't know what was gonna happen, or if Brad was gonna get to call her. And at the end of the day, it is psychological warfare. This is Brad's second time taking me out.
Psychological
So-
warfare is that
But-
shit's fine. Don't
But I'm
worry
really
about
not going
But,
to.
for
I'm
the
not going to
record-
feel bad for any game.
Don't feel bad. It's psychological. You guys played the game. But for the record, did anything happen?
No.
Okay. That's all that
Right.
matters.
Well, that is good. to
did
know.
anything? What do you in the redemption house? You mean between Britni and Chuck, or?
Yeah. She didn't
Right.
cheat. She didn't cheat on
Yeah,
him.
no.
No, but it's and what you saw in tonight's episode, it looks really bad that Brad is already jumping to the conclusion that he could believe that, and that just isn't a good look either. But anyway, so all you guys getting comfy on the couch, what's going on with Pauly and Cara? We obviously see all of the rumors happening all over and getting close and cuddly on social media. You guys want to shed some light? It's your time, you know.
Well, it's truly me and Pauly dating. But
She's got a really great dick.
Yes.
They just really can't.
All the
can't
ladies.
keep themselves away from
Yeah.
it, I guess. Okay.
All right.
So what else do we?
But I want to ask, so Natalie, do you think, because everyone's saying Angela's like Natalie 2.0, that he's pulling the same moves? Watching this back, it does look kind of like Johnny's treating, like there was a similar pool flirting scene.
Right.
And a similar, do you feel like, oh, that girl? How do you feel?
I
watching
mean, girl, I hope Angela is, play your best game, girl. And Polly, I'm calling Johnny. I always confuse their names. It's weird. And Johnny,
Whoa.
I did that always the whole show too. I would call you him and him you, like weird. And for Johnny, like have fun. Like once you're my ex, or like once I'm done with someone, I'm done. I've moved on. and I just won't get jealous. I'm happy. Like, just enjoy your life because I'm in a relationship. I'm happy right now. Just do you. I'm going to do me, and that's it.
Right. And
Nice.
on the first, I think the opening episode of this season, you were like, are we cool? Are we cool? And he sort of, I was like, that is the ultimate gaslighting. He's like, don't be crazy. I felt like he was acting like you were being weird by asking, are we cool? And it's like, of course it's
really
good.
upset because I unfollowed him off social media
Oh my
before the
God.
season aired.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's horrible.
That's the worst thing you can do in the Book of Bananas,
And
I
why
feel
did
like.
that upset him so?
I don't know. I didn't know that unfollowing someone from social media, it was like I was committing a sin.
Life
so
or death.
I mean,
Well,
that's how that all started.
Okay.
Well, then maybe you guys will be vendettas, rivals, exes, something along the road. So you'll have a good partner at least.
He was upset that I stopped talking to him, stopped responding to him, and then that I unfollowed him.
Well, our take, if you watched last season, was that, like, not, even if you were friends, even if you didn't do something wrong, if you care about someone at all, owing them an apology or an explanation just seems sort of human to me, like a basic decency. Like, you did something that affected me and sort of upset me and caught me off guard. And his reaction, at least again in the edit that we saw, was, I don't know you anything. I don't have to speak to that. I'm not going to say anything about it. And it's like, well, as a friend, as a player, as a anything, it would be nice to address it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I
And
told him that.
that is
Yeah.
exactly how I felt. You're actually taking the words right out of my mouth.
Really?
And a lot of people are like, Natalie, you're being like, very too sensitive, but I am a human and I'm away from home in Spain, like, and I just started liking someone. And I mean, looking back at it, I might have been a little sensitive about it, but I was hurt. Those are my feelings at that time, and I don't need to justify my feelings because when you care, if I hurt Cara's feelings, Cara's my friend, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like it's fine. Like, why are you hurt? I'm gonna be like, Cara, like, what did I do? Like, let's fix it.
Yeah.
So when you care about someone as a friend or a love interest, I feel like you should handle it the same way and should be caring about it.
Exactly.
Bananas was always weird about that whole situation, so whatever, Bananas.
Well, you know what was weird about Bananas? What was with the neck ring tonight?
Who
Did you guys
slits
watch
Bananas'
tonight?
throat?
It looks like he got clotheslined.
Wait,
Oh, Shane.
Did you guys not see that?
Did Shane clothesline him?
When they twisted each other, yeah.
Because we're like, what is
I
happening
thought it was
there?
maybe Angela's crazy fake nails or something. Maybe she did some, you don't know what goes on in their
love
bunk
scrape.
bed because it's bunk beds, not bedrooms. Since we have all three of you, I'm sorry, I have to ask. Paulie is scarfing down his ice cream. I'm sorry. Since we have all three of you, let's play a little rapid fire fill in the blank game.
All right.
So I'm going to ask a question with a blank, and then all three of you just don't think, just speak. Let it all out. All right. Okay. So if I could have any partner, it would be blank.
CT.
And then
You can all answer.
Y'all get an answer.
You guys are really good at the whole
Is it
rapid
a
fire
CT,
thing. This is like
everybody?
really
I nailed
good.
it.
CT all around.
all three of us?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
three of you. Yes.
Ask a question and we just shout something
And
out.
you just
Oh,
well,
I was like,
one
you-
at a time. We can go in a line. We can go Natalie, Polly, Cara.
Yeah.
CT and Natalie goes,
I know exactly.
NPC.
All right, let's try this again. If I could have any partner, it would be blank.
My sister, Seth.
Oh, okay. Cara? Who's going to be your any partner blank? If
I
you
mean,
could-
Cara too. I think me and Cara would win.
Emily Schrom.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Okay, actually, this was done before I knew all three of you guys were going to be on, so this is just for Natalie. I wish I had made out with blank instead of Bananas.
Ooh.
I made out with the two people I wanted to make out with.
Wait,
so
who was the second, huh?
no one left.
Who was the second?
It's the second
Oh,
Cara.
yes!
Hey, Britni.
Okay.
Okay.
So on last season, there's no one else. You're like, dang, if I only had made out with this person
I'm
instead.
not into Britney either, so let's not spread rumors here. I just love her as a person.
Yeah.
We all love Britney.
All right, everybody. Angela is blank.
awesome.
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cara doesn't.
Cara doesn't want to play.
Angela is fill in the blank.
Get her a water. She's thirsty.
Oh, she thirsty. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
My God.
Blank can drink anybody under the table.
The who?
Devin.
Oh.
Devin. Tony.
Devin or Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah, those are all really good answers, actually. I could see all of them except Tony, and we even saw at the end of this episode, he gets so all over the place when he drinks, that dude. With his sizing up bananas was really funny. All right, ready for this one. Blank is the worst competitor on the challenge.
Pauly.
Wow, way to politic your way through
Right.
that one.
You know what? I got
Say it, Cara. Who?
Derek. Tori's Derek.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Oh.
we're all thinking it, honestly.
Yeah, he
Duh.
is-
But
Where's my boy?
I wasn't
I
thinking
know,
that. I'm
but
just
I mean-
keeping my mouth shut because I just read a Twitter comment from this lady that said, "You are the worst at challenges and the worst at the game," and I was just like, "That's
And
interesting."
me and my
because-
husband just want to let you know.
you know what? It was really nice of them to spend their time letting you know that.
Right.
Like, thank
Okay,
you know.
thank you for following me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And my husband too.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
I wanted to be like, you know
This is your
what?
battle.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, you know what? I'm actually pretty good at the challenges. I was in the Troika 3 times on Vendettas, but I just suck at eliminations. That's basically what I
And
want
you
to be
don't
like.
suck at
So maybe you
elimination.
should
You're just in your head.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's,
get nervous.
that's what we said. Like, Natalie, you were a standout competitor last season, and I didn't realize until you said it last week that you hadn't won an elimination. And I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
She
I
is
only did
now,
one
you're getting in your
elimination.
head.
And I don't have a lot of practice, so
It's okay. Some of the coolest people have never won an elimination.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We're going to let you go. You can finish your ice cream pints. We have Britni calling in a little bit. And we're going to go. Yes. We'll send her love. But thank you guys so much again. And hopefully we'll have you on again soon.
nice meeting you
Bye.
guys.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
guys.
Thanks,
Bye, my
Natalie.
Jersey
Thanks,
people.
thanks, Polly.
We're
Thanks,
all
Cara.
Jerseyans up in here. All right, bye.
Bye.
Nice.
Are they off? Can we talk crap about them now? Just kidding, just kidding. No, that was good. That was fun. We were not expecting all of that to go down. So
That was
you
awesome.
heard it from Natalie, Pauly, and kind of Cara a little bit when she wasn't scarfing down ice cream. So now we still have a lot of this show to get into, which we teased earlier before I got off the phone with them. Britni is going to call in a little bit so we can get all of her take on the Brad-Britni drama. But obviously that was a big part of this episode. So let's go into that. Brad's reaction hearing Pauly state this rumor that she's cheating, and then Jose also giving information of being in the redemption house. Do you feel like what Jose was saying was out of line?
Well, it wasn't true, technically.
Right.
I mean, he didn't say that they had sex, but he was bending the truth in a weird way. I don't know what I'm not a huge fan of Jose and what he said. From what the cameras showed us, though, I obviously am a Britney fan. I didn't really think she did anything wrong, so. Yeah, that was my take on
That's
it.
the debate, though, because I get it. I'm with you. I love Britney. She's free. She's someone who doesn't really care if she's showing her body or has a lot of clothes on. However, if you are with somebody, you can see how that can upset somebody. And waking up, you know, we've heard her say she wakes up in her underwear. That's just her. She goes outside, having my morning cup of coffee. Sure, I woke up in my pajamas. Those are my pajamas.
Why it is weird. I appreciate her honesty in the fact that she does admit that she still has feelings for Chuck, but also I feel like she admitted that it wouldn't go anywhere though like that, and she's with Brad now, and she wants to be with Brad. So,
But how many times have we heard that kind of stuff, and then you see something happen?
of course, but I don't think we've seen that with Britney yet. Is my point. Other people,
Yeah.
sure, of course, everyone. A lot of people cheat. It is what it is. But I haven't seen that with Britney yet, so that's me.
I
Right.
think Jose's comments, though, were 100% intentionally stirring the pot.
Right. Of course.
That he was trying to get in Brad's head. People saw that, needle, and they twisted that needle and jammed it around until
He's
it
abusing
to agitate
Brad's
him.
vulnerable state right now. He
Yes.
sees how vulnerable Brad is. He's like, I can use this to my advantage, get in his head. And it is kind of naive of Brad to even ask Jose in the first place. Do you really think this guy's going to be honest with you?
Well, that just speaks
Right.
to the sort of level of he was there. You want some clarity.
How
To some
desperate he
extent,
is
you
for
think-
knowledge.
That
yeah.
shows his vulnerability.
Right.
Because yes, he just wants wants answers. You know what I mean? He wants something to almost, it's like he's searching for that comfort to like, oh, tell me it's not true. You know what I mean?
But
And-
I don't necessarily think it's wrong of Jose either to say, hey, I witnessed stuff that if that was my significant other, that would be breakup material for me.
But that's crossing the line as far as I'm concerned, because he's making it sound worse than it really was with those words, because Brad's mind can go anywhere with that.
Right.
My mind would go to, oh, she definitely at least made out with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that would be breakup material for me personally. Mrs. D writes in on the live chat here that Britney's always naked. So what do we?
Right.
Well, it
It's
doesn't
true.
matter.
That's why I love
Why
Britney.
are we? Doesn't
she's
matter
a
who
free
she's
bird.
with.
That's those are the two parts of this.
Also, I think that Jose really implied, he didn't say, but he said, oh, he would give her coffee to be nice for the team, and she would take that as a sign that he wanted to get back together. It's
I didn't see that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That is a big leap between her being like, oh, thank you, and maybe flirty, and her then saying things like, I want to be back together. Like, that is a major lie. I mean, that is a lie.
And we'll have way more on this when Britni calls in so that we can move on, so we're not just only talking about Britni Brad. So let's go into the challenge because we saw one. What did you guys think of this? I mean, I feel like this is a challenge we've seen 100 times. This was just happened to be hanging plastic meat instead of like ladders or inflatable balls. Like, we've seen this before, and it wasn't really that entertaining. Everybody fell off on like a rope too.
They put lipstick on a pig, guys. That's all they did. I mean, it really wasn't that great. Beat the meat. Ooh.
Yeah. Shark-infested waters, though. New twist.
I wanted to bring that up. We see about 20 seconds of shark footage before the game starts. Can we use that 20 seconds to maybe do some more challenges, please?
The way this season is being produced is dragging out everything. It's way too much drama. And we're getting to a challenge, but first you're going to see a minute of like sharks before we do.
Let's get into it.
And like
and
soap
sharks,
opera
like
first.
these people are not going to actually fall over real sharks. It's
No.
a TV show, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, we're in the ocean with real sharks!" Like, come on.
Yeah, Jose said we're in the ocean. I'm like, you're in like a nice cave, like a nice corner of it. That's not that nice and smooth.
An estuary, if you will. Yeah, they're like in a lagoon.
Does Derrick Henry still suck after this challenge?
It's so hard.
He got a little bit better though. Like, he did a little better.
Is he though? Like, is he?
Why, when Derrick's on the ropes, why does he grab to the lower parts of the rope?
Well,
you have
he fell.
to. No. Before he did drag that. He fell because he was going across instead of staying high up. He's like, oh, I'll grab the middle of the rope and then I'm not going to slide down to the bottom. Of course you are, man. So
he just looks so confused.
I just don't know. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He never knows what he's doing, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah. I agree with Shane. Like, if you look at him, you think he can kick some butt.
Okay.
But I mean, his performance is horrible.
So, more horrible or less than Veronica's, and we see CT freak out. And honestly, I don't even think he's wrong here. We can get into it. So, some people are feeling bad for Veronica. CT doesn't have to be this aggressive to her. Doesn't have to use the language he is using to her. I actually kind of think he does have a right to do that because this is his partner who's attached to. She's not doing anything. She's not trying.
That, I think, is where his anger comes. It's not just that she's trying her hardest and not doing well, and where we would see him maybe pumping him up. We have seen him work really well with partners. I think he's really frustrated, clearly, as he says, that she's not even trying. I feel like she is in her own little way. I guess my hot take is, I have to say, I totally get his frustration. I would 1,000,000% be the Veronica, though, so I totally 1,000,000% am sympathetic to her. And I feel like she's not going to become athletic if she works out that day. Like, I mean, she could try like that, but it's like, is she going to do a lot better if she does that? Probably not. She is who she is.
I'm on CT's side for the reason of, from what the camera showed us throughout the show, he's trying to be as nice as possible and like, hey, let's just go work out. Let's go work out. Let's do this. And then, so he tried a different tactic at the end. Maybe he did some tough love, and that didn't work either. Apparently, nothing's going to work.
Right, and I have to agree with that too, 100%. I think it's the fact of, at least from what we're being shown, is the effort that's not being made.
Imagine how much more effort was shown without the cameras there. If they're showing us that much with the cameras on. It's
So
crazy.
I think that's where a lot of that frustration comes, because I can see if maybe she was like in the gym or she was trying to do something to better herself, maybe a jog, something to kind of improve.
It's like studying the night before the test, though.
But I mean, at least I think
You're
it's
not
just
gonna
the
learn.
effort. I think you would appreciate that.
But
You know,
like, even just a little jog. Like, if she just did 10 high knees a day,
but it's the effort that counts, and I think that's what CT's looking for, you know?
Imagine when she's in the redemption house, if now, like, what if she why don't you just turn over a leaf and just work out every day and like give him what he wants, and if you still fail, you're like, I'm trying though.
Right.
Show that you're trying at least. And then if you do suck at the challenges, which you usually do, you have an excuse.
That's true, and that's what Natalie said when we were just on with her. She said, I'm partners with Pauly. Pauly's not being mean. He's not blaming me, but it's because, Natalie, you actually are trying.
Right.
Veronica is blatantly saying to CT's face, like, no, I ain't doing shit. I'm drinking wine. Like, she's not even trying to hide it. She is straight up saying, like, I'm putting as minimal amount of effort as I can. And you're with CT. You're with somebody who's been the best player in the game, and you really are completely screwing up his game. He could go very far, and he should. And you're his anchor. Like, you don't feel any responsibility to that?
I don't blame him for losing his cool. I do blame her. I do think she's responsible. However, I feel that the partner loyalty he gets to vent. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. I thought he did keep his cool. He wasn't old CT. He wasn't crazy. He was just frustrated. And I think that that's okay. He's allowed to express that. However, this is your partner for better or for worse. You are stuck with them. Maybe speak to them. When you're cooled off, he's allowed to be super pissed that he's in the redemption house.
Yeah.
And this is like subtle for a CT too.
Yeah.
He's not threatening that he's gonna smash her head and eat it or anything.
No. Come at me, Veronica. But I do think that after, and hopefully, and I do think Dad CT has matured, and he'll say, look, I don't want to be here. We're partners. Shape up. Hopefully, because nobody wants to be disappointing to CT. Like, I feel like, you just feel bad.
I mean, Veronica obviously is very emotional when it comes to him. This is her worst nightmare, she said, being part of the CT, which it has to be emotional because whose worst nightmare is it ever to be partners with CT? That's a dream come true. So it's obviously like she doesn't know how to communicate with him. She doesn't know how to be partnered with him. So this is obviously
do something. He's called her out on just like sitting around drinking wine all day. So don't do that for a couple days and see what CT does.
It is just crazy to see. I feel like they're like the senior citizens of the challenge. Like CT is still amazing, but he looks out of shape. Like he still is in shape, but he looks rough. Dad. He's like he looks a little roughed up. Okay, it's 9:46. Do we have
Britni on
guys? It's past my bedtime. What are we doing up?
I just figured I'd give you guys the time here on the Pacific
Do you know where your
Standard Time. Tony, how are we doing with Britni on the line? Are we calling her?
I'm calling her right now.
We're dialing Britni. So
while that happens, people on live chat are writing, why would Veronica come back to the challenge? And then someone else wrote, for the free vacation.
Right. For vacation money. She's a vet. She's probably getting paid so much money for this.
And
I would do
to
it.
interrupt here, but I believe she's on the
Britni!
line.
Britni!
Oh, please do not apologize for this one ever interrupting us. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, you guys. How we doing?
Thank you so much. It sounds like your voice is a little scratchy. Well, it is like 1 a.m. where you are, right?
Yes, it is. And I worked all last night till 4 a.m. And I am not a night bug. So last night, trying to yell over all those drunks at the bar.
Oh my God.
I've done lost my voice. And then partying all weekend. That didn't help either,
of course.
so
That'll do it.
It is what it is.
But seriously, thank you so much for doing this with us so late on your end. Obviously, and you can stop us if we're pushing too hard, but the big storyline, clearly what's happening on this show that's keeping you in it even though you're off right now, is the Brad storyline and what's going on. And we've seen all over the internet now, like all these articles coming out about your guys' breakup. First off, how weird is it that your relationship and your status and your breakup is just plastered everywhere all over the internet right now?
It's crazy, honestly. There's so much going on, and it's kind of ironic how the episode that's airing, tonight and then next week it looks like me and Brad could be possibly breaking up, and now we are broken up. So it's a little funny, but it was a mutual decision. Honestly, we both kind of. He has so much going on in his life that he needs to, get in order and, get back on track. And same here, obviously. You guys saw I was a chaotic mess this season. I couldn't even make it into a freaking actual challenge, So we both just decided we need to focus on ourselves and kind of relearn how to fully love ourselves and, get everything back on track. And then we'll
how do you
see
feel
where things will go.
Oh, sorry. How do you feel that the way it was portrayed on TV, watching it back, how this is all unraveling when you're in the house, you're in such an emotional state with your ex being there, and then you're with your new guy. Do you think that it was portrayed accurately, or how do you feel watching it? Do you feel like, oh, maybe I crossed the line by wearing my underwear in front of my ex, or saying I still have feelings for him, like Brad should be upset? Or do you feel like, no, this is fine, Brad should understand?
Well, see, for me, okay, I told Brad going in, I was like, look, Chuck and I, we had no closure, so expect there's going to be, I'm sure, tears, there's going to be screaming, expect that, expect all that. He was like, all right, babe, I'm here for you, just, don't get out of line. Don't do anything, you wouldn't want me to do. So I was like, okay, of course. Well, as soon as I get there, I leave my boyfriend to go live in a house with my ex-boyfriend, which is terrible, by the way. I would have put him on my worst enemy. And it was rough. It was rough. But I gave him a heads up, and of course, the last thing I should have done was start drinking some green wine in South Africa.
The infamous green substance.
that dang green wine, y'all, I swear. And I just kind of said, suck it, you know, I want to say what I've been wanting to say, and that's when the crazy kind of came out. And I should have done that. I known, you know, it was a bad situation to even put myself in that situation. But then again, I needed to get everything out. I deserved it, and now I feel so much better about it, too.
Well, that's
me and Brad, like I said, the show really didn't. It's not what kind of breaks us up. Polly's going to have to do a lot more than that to get in between us.
But that's what sucks on being on TV, because 10 out of 10, you put two exes in a house together, that's happening every single time. The exes that don't have closure and there's drinking, they're going to yell at each other. They're going to talk about their feelings. You're going to talk about, you left me, or I still have feelings for you. That's going to happen.
It's
so
like,
it's
gasoline on fire, you know?
So it sucks that you obviously have the cameras around for that. What did you feel tonight when you saw that Brad thought that it could be true? That he wouldn't even think it was a rumor?
Heart. It was heartbreaking, and honestly, I'm thinking back on the day I got that phone call. It's his eyes, like he was just complete. You could tell he was losing sleep about that situation, and in that game, you cannot be mentally out of it at all. And knowing he was mentally out of it, I was like, oh shit, come on, Brad. All right, I need you to get back in this. You know, like don't let them win. That's what they're trying to do.
What did you think about Josiah stirring the pot when Brad asked him what happened? Josiah sort of said like, oh, well, you know, things that would make me break up with her. What did you think that was appropriate, inappropriate, made up?
I was pretty shocked. I thought it was very inappropriate. I mean, anyone that knows me, my pajamas are literally, right now, I'm even in panties and a little top, you know? And in that episode, you even see me with my coffee mug still in my hand. You know, it was early in the morning. We just woke up. Like, dang, like, relax. It's not like my Brazilian bikinis are much smaller than my daily panties. I promise you that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we were saying, too. And we just had, before we had you on, we were going back and forth. We're like, is that crossing the line? I mean, we could see how some guys could be upset at that, but again, that's you. That's your personality.
Exactly, and Brad knows that's who I am, you know, and Brad's a very confident man.
Right.
He's not, you know, secure. But it was definitely, it's a tough road. It's a tough road. We're still kind of fighting it out, figuring it out. Definitely reliving every episode, and it's hard. I will definitely say this has been my hardest season yet, and I was only there for such a short period of time.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, Britni, that's a good thing that you touched on. I mean, does it make it worse again now having to rewatch all that kind of play over again?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, because like I said, Brad, you know, I filled him in on everything, and he knew, you know, he had an idea of what he was going to see, but then him actually seeing it and then watching everyone else's commentary and interviews and whatnot, that opened up a whole new freaking dam for, you know, our conversations.
Britni, how'd you feel about being in the redemption house, and then the only way really to get back into the game was pretty much a game of luck? I mean, I just didn't think it was very fair at all to you guys. Plus, I really wanted you back on the show, and I wanted you to. And I know you're a competitor, even despite your small stature, right? So I really wanted you back in there. How did you feel about it just being luck?
Yeah, Britni, that was Dan speaking. He is Team Britni all the way.
Dan loves you, Britni.
I love that. I love you for that. And honestly, you guys, it sucks so bad. I trained really hard for this season. I was ready to go.
Yeah, we saw your guns.
And not being able to compete or do anything, it was the worst feeling. It sucked. I will be damned if I get put in that situation again. So it's one more reason to train harder and come back even stronger. I mean, it's all you can do, you know, just keep fighting harder and harder. It's like war.
And this kind of, I guess, flows into what I was going to ask you next. So we didn't get to see Chuck do anything, really. We've seen you on past seasons. We know that as a competitor. How do you think Chuck would have been in competition? I would have liked to have seen it. I felt like he was going to be bad. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there.
I could care less, Britni, about seeing Chuck in anything. It's you and Brad all the way for me.
I was like, I don't think Chuck was going to be good at these.
You.
Which leads me to another question. It seems...
Well, how do you think Chuck would have been?
Well, I have off Britni and Brad all the way. It seems very amicable. You guys seem really respectful. Is there hope for maybe a future down the line after you guys sort of work on yourselves, or is it parting ways forever?
I mean, hopefully.
Never say never, Britni.
Honestly, it's never say never. Exactly. I think Brad. I think he's wonderful, and I think he's a great man. And I would love to see where things are going to end up, possibly one day for me and him.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be. I think it could be a beautiful road, and I'm just going to sit back, enjoy the ride, and see where the hell it takes us. And also, by the way,
Yeah.
going on this challenge and being partnered with your ex and then him not being able to like do anything at all, it was kind of great. And let's be real, if he can't look around, you guys, if he can't look around and see which dang tombstone is his, come on. What makes you think he's going to do good at freaking actual challenges? Let's be realistic.
Do you think he would have been good athletically? Maybe the smarts wasn't there? But if you know, the challenge tonight, if you saw them hanging from the meat ropes, whatever that was, how do you think he would have been?
Honestly, I at least gave him credit I was talking to Nelson up on the top of the hill. I was like, you know what? He's smart. I have faith in him. You know, he can do. He'll look around. One thing Chuck is he's smart. Well, yeah, I was totally wrong. So I have no hope anymore in that department.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Are you guys friendly at all
I've given
anymore?
up.
Do you guys have any sort of relationship, friends, anything?
I mean, we're acquaintances. I no hard feelings. I've got, I said what I got to say, and I got a little piece of me back that was missing, and I feel so much better. And for once, I did all that for me, and said, Jimmy told me, she was like, girl, look, screw Chuck's feelings, screw Brad's feelings, screw the world's feelings. For once, put you first. And I put me first, and it feels good, having hate for people isn't a good feeling. So I definitely recommend, if you hate anyone or have any hard feelings towards them, let it go. It makes you feel so much better.
One day, Britni, I'll get there. One day.
Wise.
I appreciate though. I'm glad that you've reached that level of zen.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have anything else for
Absolutely,
Britni
right?
before we wrap it up tonight?
We love you, Britni. Thanks for joining us, for giving your take on this.
Hey.
And we are team. We hope that it all works out for you, whomever you choose to love
I
in the
love
future.
it so much. You guys are great.
All right.
Anytime y'all
Till
need
next
me, I'm
time,
one
Britt,
phone call away.
thank
You guys know
you.
this.
Thank you,
Thank
Britni.
you so
All
much.
right,
Thank
bye,
you.
guys. Good
All right,
night.
bye.
Love you.
Okay. So we had a lot of guests going on. So I think the only thing, if we have like a few minutes, this should only take like 30 seconds maybe. This whole Kayleigh Nelson thing, I think, is the only major thing we didn't touch on. Major thing. I call BS on this. I'm like, what? Kayleigh, you didn't want him last season. You were flirting with bananas. You were doing the same thing. Now he's like, maybe sort of a little bit flirting with somebody, not really, just having a nice innocent conversation with somebody who happens to be a girl. Now you're gonna get the fire eyes and go crazy. I just feel like I don't know what's up with her. This situation is weird.
I think she sucks. I'm sorry. I totally had her back last season when Devin was our guest and he was like, would you defend and not like just being like she's the worst, and I was like, oh my God, all she did was make out with some guy that wasn't I didn't get everyone's attacking on her, and now I'm like, oh, she sucks, and they all hated her, and this was an excuse. Not that mean girl bullying is ever excusable, appropriate, cool, not condoning it, but now I'm like, this girl,
It just the way that she did Nelson too, and on TV, and how she's just so distant, so cold-hearted, and just, I mean, man, like for me personally, I just kind of move on now. But I mean, she's reeling him back in, and then I guess it's hard because you're stuck in that place every day with her. You have to rely on her, so it's kind of like you're kind of forced.
So do you think that she has real feelings for Nelson at this point?
She doesn't care. She's so neutral on it. Nelson really likes this girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Nelson is very open and honest about it, and if she even gives him a little tast that she might like him a little,
like a puppy
he's
dog.
right. He's right there, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like
that's
she's
all
kind
this
of
is.
abusing the fact that she has.
He said,
The best lie ever is that he was going to fight Pauly.
that's
He
like,
was
have it right
not.
here.
way.
He was not
If
going to
Pauly
fight
comes to the
Pauly.
house, I'm gonna get kicked
I
off.
love it.
You're gonna get kicked off. Okay.
And also, you're going to get the number. That's like saying, I'm going to get loser tattooed on my forehead so you know you suck. That is the most benign or stupid,
Well,
but not, that's the word, asinine
Well, I
thing in
love
the world.
to
Sorry.
hate him. There's
Yeah.
that. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thanks to Natalie, Cara, Pauly, and Britni. Had 4 people on tonight, so I think that makes up for the whole season, right? So sorry, guys, if we have no more guests. Just kidding. We'll try to get more guests for you. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Episode 5 of Final Reckoning, Breaking Bread. said. My name is Jenna Bussiere. I'm on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere. Happy to be back, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. We're happy to have you here. The Dan Lindgren on Instagram, and apparently Johnny is a loud kisser. We learned that tonight.
Ugh. Blech, blech. There was a Foley artist like slapping
I have so many
hams
jokes
together.
I didn't get to, man.
Next time.
so
we'll have to do
true.
a live.
I forgot about
Okay,
that.
you guys, I'm Pamela Gross. Joe, on social media, follow me everywhere. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to the live chat. We love you.
As always, David Punkar Christopher. Find me on that Twitter, DPR Christopher, and Instagram, David Punkar Christopher. Thank you guys again so much. Thank you to the guests. See you next time, guys. Good night.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.